You want to be a trainer? A successful one, I mean. One that actually makes a difference? Well, we're going to skip all that fluffy career advice and get right down to 3 real, actionable steps to build that career. Let's do this.
Ah, the classic advice. Just follow your dreams, pursue your passion. You've heard it a million times, right? And look, it sounds great on a coffee mug. But let's be real, passion isn't going to pay the bills or, write your training materials for you. It's often just a fast track to feeling frustrated.
Yeah, no. Let's just hold it right there. Passion is an amazing ingredient for sure, but it is not the recipe. If you're actually serious about making a career out of this, you need a real strategy. So let's get down to business.
All right, step 1. And this is a big one. It all starts with a really honest look in the mirror. This isn't about what you wish you were an expert in. Nope, it's about figuring out what you already are. We're digging deep to find your core topic.
And here's the thing. The absolute key to this whole process, your best, most powerful training topic, it's almost definitely hiding in plain sight, right there in your work history. True expertise isn't something you just read in a book. It's built over years of actually doing the thing.
So, I want you to really think about this. For the past 5, maybe even 10 years, what have you been nerding out on at work? What's the one problem you've been solving over and over again? Whatever just popped into your head, that is probably your core topic.
Okay, and building on that, who have you been helping all this time? I mean, who are the actual people? Was it your own team, a specific type of client, maybe a whole department? Pinning down the who is so crucial because guess what? That's your future audience right there.
Now, let's connect the dots here. Think about it. Where else, what other companies, what other industries are wrestling with the exact same problems you've become a pro at solving? Boom, that's your market.
And this quote really just nails it, doesn't it? The whole point is to have that practical experience so you can share real-life experiences. See, anyone can read off a slide, but a truly great trainer, they can go off script, answer a tricky question with a story from their own past. That's the kind of credibility you just can't fake. It's gold.
Okay, moving on. Step 2. So you figured out what you're an expert in. Awesome. Now comes the fun part, turning all that knowledge rattling around in your head into something you can actually, teach someone else. And here's your goal. Get this. You're aiming for enough solid material to fill a 2 or even 3-day training. Yeah, you heard that right. We are not talking about a little 1-hour webinar here. This is a full-on, deep dive, immersive experience. And to do that, you need more than just a slick PowerPoint. You need a complete toolkit. We're talking references, killer visuals, compelling stories, clear do's and don'ts, hands-on exercises, the whole shebang. You need to give them practical tools they can walk out the door and use that very same day. Now, if you're looking at that list and thinking, whoa, that's a lot. You're right, it is. And that's totally normal to feel a little overwhelmed. But hey, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are amazing programs out there, things like Train the Trainer or courses in instructional design that are built specifically to help you take all your expertise and structure it in a way that people can actually learn from. All right, on to step 3. This is absolutely critical. You could have the most amazing, life-changing training program in the world, but if nobody knows it exists, it's worthless. So now we've got to go find your people. It's time to connect with your market. And this means you basically have to become a detective. You need to become an expert on your audience. What keeps them up at night? What are their biggest problems? What do they secretly want? Where do they hang out online and offline? And crucially, who holds the purse strings? You have to immerse yourself in their world. Once you have that intel, you build your plan of attack, your go-to-market strategy. Look, you can't just build it and hope they'll come. The phone is not just going to magically start ringing. You have to get out there. Seek out opportunities, write articles, give free talks, network. Do whatever it takes to show them that you exist and that you are the solution to their problem. Okay, so let's say you've done all this. You've put in the hard work. You know your topic, you've built your awesome training toolkit, and you've identified your audience. Now what? Well, you've arrived at a major fork in the road, a big choice. Basically, you've got 2 main ways to go from here. First, there's what the source calls survivor mode. This is the go-all-in approach. You quit your day job, you hustle every single day. It's high risk, for sure, a ton of pressure, but it forces you to take this path dead seriously. The other option? Building it up on the side.
You find strategic partners, form alliances, and train part-time. You'll get fewer training days, but it's a slower, steadier build. And look, neither one is right or wrong. They're just very, very different paths.
And this next quote, man, it just gets right to the very heart of the matter. It says you can just be a trainer by getting a piece of paper that says you are, or you can manifest into a trainer. See the difference? One is passive. You just get a certificate. The other is an active, ongoing process. It's about truly becoming the expert and doing the work, day in and day out.
Because at the end of the day, it really is that simple. There are no magic bullets, no shortcuts. The success you want, the results you're dreaming of, they are directly 100% tied to the effort you are willing to put in.
So that leaves one final question, and this one's for you. Which path are you going to choose? Are you just going to get the piece of paper, or are you going to do the hard work and actually manifest this career? The choice is yours.